Hey, how's it going, everybody? Brian here, and thanks to some awesome questions submitted by all of you guys out there who watch my videos, it's time today to bring you an answer video to get to all of these awesome and great thought out questions you guys sent in. So, let's start the show. So I have to start by giving a big thank you and a cheers to all of you who took the time to submit a question to me. I really appreciate it. After all, the whole reason why I make these videos is so that I can interact with all of you. I mean, I've met some really incredible people from all over the world. A couple of them have left some questions here that I'll be answering in just a minute. So again, thank you to all of you guys. Cheers. I appreciate all of the support. Alright, so in no particular order, well, kind of a particular order, I sort of saved, if somebody asked multiple questions, like a lot of them, I kind of tried to save those long ones for the last, the kind of big push through. But to start out with, I've got a question from Kaylee Innit, who is a member of the Devonshire Idiot Group, and she and I have done a couple collaborations together along with Cy, and anyway, she's a really awesome YouTuber. Definitely go and check out her channel. There'll be a link down in the description. Her question was, all right, you're under attack and all you have to defend yourself is a variety of hot sauce. Which hot sauce to the face will bring down the attacker quickest? Well, that's kind of a tough question. I mean, I'm not going to use sauces that I haven't already used. But if I was going to choose, I mean, maybe if you were to have like some Pure Cap and a Super Soaker or something, and you could spray them in the face with some straight up Pure Cap. I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe Pure Cap was made by Blair's. I'm not sure. I just remember we used to cook with it in the kitchen I worked at Sabo's, a small family run Italian kitchen, and it was a very strong extract sauce. Well, at least at the time, to me, it was a very strong one. As far as like regular sauces go, I would definitely go with Cobra Chili's, maybe his passion sauce or his, I haven't had a chance to try any of the Reaper sauces that they make over there, but man, the scorpion tail was absolutely, incredibly hot. That would probably work just as well in my book to bring down the attacker quickest. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Kaylee. Awesome question. Next one comes from a very loyal and good follower, my friend CB Fall. Cheers, CB. He asked, what's your favorite vacation spot? So, I really don't do a whole lot of vacationing, honestly, but I mean, here in Florida, obviously, I guess my two favorite choices would either be to go to the beach anywhere. My parents live down at a beach down in South Florida, which is really nice, and there's actually a beach down there where you can drink and the cops won't mess with you at all, so that's awesome. Other than that, I guess maybe like a good camping trip. Like I really like going to somewhere around the springs, camping out along like the Itchentutney River or something where you can put up a tent, cook up good breakfast and all that, and just spend a day floating down the river. Because honestly, it's really not a whole lot more relaxing than chilling out in less than 70 degree water on a really hot Florida day. So those are probably my two choices. Again, thanks, CB Fall. Alright, I don't know if I'll be saying this right, but a somewhat new subscriber, Doug Momburek, maybe I'm saying that right, Momburke, he said, do you have any collaborations coming up with other YouTubers other than Zion mainframing stuff? And yes, I do actually have a couple things. One's going to be with Kaylee Innit and Simon from over at Devonshire Idiots. We've got something coming up here soon. I think I'm going to be filming that this weekend, hopefully. If everything works out as planned, we'll be doing that, and it should be up sometime shortly after that. Also, I'm going to be trying to work on some kind of idea to do with my friend Death Toll's Corner. He's another amazing YouTuber, also part of the Reckless Eating crew. Really cool guy. And I've got a lot of questions coming from him here very shortly. But yeah, those are, I think, the only two big ones that I have, and hopefully I'll be trying to come up with some other collaborations with YouTubers here in the near future. He also asked, will you be doing your own Let's Play gaming videos? And this is something I've been kind of like playing around with. I mean, I did only, I think two maybe 2 or 3, and you know, they weren't that great. And I really don't know how I feel about doing gaming videos. Like, I just kind of maybe felt like I got a few dislikes on it, so I didn't really know. And I got a stupid copyright strike from doing the South Park, and it was over the music or something. But I don't really understand how you get copyright. Like, I bought the video, a game, I paid for the content to use it, so I don't entirely know. Yeah, I mean, if there's interest, I don't know. I mean, if you'd be interested in seeing something like that, maybe I would do a few Let's Plays. I mean, I just got Grand Theft Auto 5. I've been waiting for it to come out on PC since, you know, the damn consoles dicked me around, and, you know, they made us wait all this time to get it on PC, so it better be worth the wait. I'm downloading now, so we'll see. And I do have something coming up with Zion Mainframe Gaming. We're going to be playing later on tonight, so that's pretty awesome. But anyway, yeah, thanks a lot for the question, Doug. I appreciate it. So now we're getting to the 2 people who asked me several questions, and I really appreciate it. This definitely was awesome to get so many to kind of do a video. I only had, I think, like 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 3, honestly, the last time I tried to do this. So it really didn't warrant a video, so I appreciate getting so many questions. So the next several come from iSpliced, and the first one is, what is your favorite book? I guess I would have to say probably one of my favorite books would be, it's a tough call, like maybe like The Drawing of the Three or The Dark Tower. I guess maybe the first one. It's just the whole entire Gunslinger series from Stephen King was one of my favorites. I was a big fan of Stephen King to begin with. You know, like The Eyes of the Dragon, Carrie, It. So many amazing stories, and I kind of really got into the whole Gunslinger series, and Roland of Gilead. He's just an awesome, badass, Wild West kind of character, and I really enjoyed the series, and I think I'm almost done finally reading the last 2 books that he put out. I think there was like, 8 or 9 or something like that out of the series. I think when I was younger, I stopped at Wizard and Glass, so I'm kind of trying to catch up and finish all those. But just a great series of books. I guess that would have to be my favorite, to be honest. I thought there was another one I had thought of earlier, but anyway. So, how do you like your steak? Well, when I was younger, I always would get it medium well to well done. I was stupid, young, didn't really understand how good meat should taste. And it wasn't until I really started cooking in kitchens and trying other things. I started with mediums, and then I had medium rares. I've had rare steaks, and to me, my perfect kind of steak is a medium rare. And generally, when I go out and order that, there can be a little gray area. Sometimes they'll go a little bit bloodier or a little bit more cooked. I would prefer my steak to be a little bit bloodier. I can kind of deal with that some. Really, all of the flavors and juices of the meat get cooked out. And so for me, I'm a medium rare, bloody as hell kind of guy, not burnt to a crisp. I really think it's stupid if you're going to take a good quality piece of meat. And honestly, when you work in restaurants, if somebody were to come in and order a well done steak, you're definitely not going to get my prettiest prime cut of steak that I have in there. You're going to probably get the older, less desirable cut, because honestly, if you're ordering a well done steak, you really don't give a shit about the flavor of the meat to begin with. So, you're going to get a shittier quality cut. But anyway, next question is, do you have an opinion on ferrets as pets? I mean, my cousin used to have ferrets. Maybe both of my cousins had ferrets. I'm not sure. I know that one did in particular, and that's the only experience I had with people that had ferrets as pets. And they were pretty cool. I mean, I think at first some of them really stunk bad. Maybe it was a different friend of mine, but I know that my cousins kind of had that, whatever the operation is, whatever that takes away the stink and doesn't make them smell so bad. But other than that, I wouldn't have one as a pet because, I guess I just always think of the Big Lebowski, and, when they break into his house and the nihilists and throw the damn ferret into the, bathtub while he's in there trying to relax and smoke a doobie and have a beer. Yeah, so they're not my kind of thing. They're a little too high strung for me and kind of little weird characters, but they were awesome creatures in, was it Beastmaster, the old movie from the 80s? Next question is, to what digit can you recite pi? 3.14. I think that's honestly about it. I really don't go beyond 3.14. I really never cared to do it. I've seen some geniuses that can just recite out, even to be able to do 25 digits is really impressive, but some people that can do 100 or more, it's insane. For all of my purposes in college, I only needed to really know to 3.14, so that's all I really cared to learn. I hate math. It is definitely not my strong suit. I'm more of an English kind of person, someone who is better with grammar and whatnot. But anyway, awesome question. To the next one from you, it says, have you ever had Applejack and did it taste like apples? No, I have never had Applejack. I've talked to a friend or two that's had it, and they thought that theirs tasted like apples. So, but yeah, I honestly don't know anything about it. I would love to try it. What is your favorite of the Feliformia? What the fuck is Feliformia? I have no idea. Maybe I'm just completely out of the loop. I don't know. I don't really, I don't watch TV. I don't really listen to a lot of new music. I mean, I do occasionally on Spotify and Pandora and stuff, but for the most part, I stick to what I enjoy. So enlighten me, please, iSpliced. Tell me, or any of you out there, tell me what Feliformia is, because I don't know. What else do we got? Next up is, have you seen the movie Kingsman? If not, you should. I have not seen it, so since you suggest I see it, I will. Thank you for the suggestion. And thanks for all of the awesome questions, iSpliced. I appreciate it. Now I have several questions from my good friend Death Toll. Death Toll has an awesome YouTube channel. You guys should definitely be sure and check him out. He is somebody who is also a fellow lover of hot and spicy foods. He loves his hot sauces, his peppers. He definitely does things that I don't like. He does a lot of really like different challenges and things, extreme challenges with hot sauce, which I just honestly, at this point where I'm at, I can't do that. I'm trying to get in shape, trying to do everything, and once maybe I get my mental clarity and I get everything in order, I maybe will take on some of these more difficult challenges. But he is awesome, well worth checking out. Again, I will have a link down in the description so you can go and check out his channel. His first question is, what's your favorite scary movie? Wow. That's a pretty tough one for me to answer. I have a lot of different scary movies in different genres. I mean, I guess my favorite in the whole horror story theme would be, I don't know, maybe like Evil Dead or Army of Darkness. I think Army of Darkness is probably one of my all-time favorites. I mean, Bruce Campbell is the man and the horror king. And you know, the whole "this is my boomstick." I mean, it's just, he has so many amazing quotes in the movie, and he's awesome. As far as actually really scary movies go, I mean, growing up as a kid, Nightmare on Elm Street was one of my favorites. I loved Freddy Krueger. I thought he was, and the whole series were great. I mean, I thought he was an awesome, scary, evil person just as a kid. When I grew up and watched some of the old movies, it was a little less, scary. The first one is still pretty freaky, I think, to this day. Of course, I liked all the other stuff. I liked Jason. I wasn't really too big into Halloween until I saw Rob Zombie's version. Those were good. Saw, the original Saw, I saw in a movie theater. I thought it was good, and then they kind of pissed me off when they just made sequel after sequel after sequel, trying to see how gory can we get it. I thought the first one was just amazing, and I kind of liked the second one as well. But those are kind of some of my favorites. I mean, I could get into zombie movies and other things. I mean, there's so many in my scale, it's really hard for me to pick an absolute favorite scary movie. But those are some of them. Next one is, what's your spirit animal? Or if you could be any animal, what would it be? I really don't know what the hell my spirit animal is. The only thing I've ever heard about a spirit animal was in Fight Club, when he's imagining himself as the penguin sliding down the thing. So I really don't know. I've never done any meditation or spoke with anybody, any psychics or psychologists or psychiatric, I don't know, whatever. I've never done any of these things where they ask, have you figure out all these things. I know that my favorite animal of all time has always been the lion. I mean, when I got to go to the zoo for the first time as a kid and walk up to the cage, and I put my, hand up against the glass, and the lion was lying right next to the glass, and you could just, see the comparison of my little hand versus his paw. And I just had this huge respect. It was like, man, and so then on, I started studying and looking and just seeing, they're the kings of the jungle. Sure, some people might see them as being lazy and they sit around and let the women do all the work, hunting and whatever, but they keep the pride protected. They make sure that nobody fucks with them, and nobody fucks with a lion. So anyway, I guess if I was going to be any animal, I'd probably be a lion, just because they're the kings of the jungle, and yeah, pretty sweet. Next up, top 5 hot sauces. This is kind of a tough one to answer. There are several that I've liked, but just off of the top of my head, I could tell you some of my favorite companies and the sauces I've had from them would probably start with like Scotty O'Hotty hot sauce. Their beer bacon chipotle is probably one of my absolute top favorite sauces of all time. It's an incredibly delicious sauce. Not very much heat. I wish there was just a touch more to it, but just an incredible flavor. We've also got torchbearer sauces. They make such an incredible lineup. The Oh My Garlic was awesome. I used it in a lot of Italian dishes, and it was so nice. What else did I have? Oh, of course, their mustard sauce and all that. I'm going to try to just choose one from each one. So we've got Lucky Dog hot sauce. Man, Scott makes some really awesome artisan hot sauces. I don't know which label it was that I enjoyed the best. I've enjoyed his entire line from all of the different label colors. They're all really amazing. I highly recommend them. Another company would have to be Voodoo Chili Sauces and Salsa. I recently did a whole line of videos from them. All of their sauces are just really incredible. I mean, they're unique in their own way, each individual sauce. And I think he also has a great marketing setup going. So the videos, the labels and everything, it's just really cool. I mean, it's a neat company. As for a last one, I'm honestly gonna go with, I guess I would say my friend from here in Florida, Terry, who ran Hot Damn. I believe it was the hot sauce company. Was it Hot Damn that I'm thinking of? Damn if I can remember. I'm trying to remember. I know he had the two different sauces. They were based off of like motorcycles and stuff, kind of a tribute to his brother. So you had like the hot rod sauce, the hot rod mango and stuff. Really, really good sauce. And again, I like supporting my friends in my local community, and he really did have an awesome sauce. So I'm going to throw all of those in there. So I know that's not necessarily like a top 5, but I hate trying to say this is my favorite of anything, because I have such diverse tastes that I really like all kinds of things. Next one is hottest thing you've ever tried. The hottest thing I've ever tried would have to be, I guess I would have to say the Carolina Reaper. I mean, to be honest, I didn't do a video. Get away from me, you little bug. If I was going to go on things I did videos of, that would be the Moruga Scorpion Butch Tea, which was just an absolutely incredibly hot sauce. Pepper. Wow. It burned me up pretty bad. It was definitely an incredibly hot pepper, and I understand why it became the Guinness World's Hottest Pepper for a time anyway. And, of course, the Reaper was much hotter. I wish I had done a video for it, but we were hanging out with friends, and I just decided to try it. I didn't eat the whole thing. I ate it half with somebody else, and I just didn't really want to do a video for it. But yeah, the Reaper was the hottest I've had, and it is the current Guinness World Record hottest pepper. I don't really delve into the extracts just because it's an extract. To me, it's bullshit. I can't really label that and say that's the hottest natural thing I've eaten. But I've had some pretty hot extracts. Anyway, It says, do you use a secret ingredient when cooking? If so, what is it? I really don't use any secret ingredients. I just kind of stick to, you know, if you really want to know, like, what drives my cooking and what makes it what it is pick up a couple books from Chef Anthony Bourdain. Like, pick up Kitchen Confidential for anything, for interest. In that video, God, I am definitely catching a buzz. I did 2 videos today with some beer, so I'm kind of like catching a little bit of a buzz and messing up here, but let me try to rephrase that. In that book, Kitchen Confidential, he talks about some of the secret things that restaurants do that make their food taste so much better than what you're doing at home. And of course, like, the 2 main things I can think of would be your kosher salt. Most people just use your standard iodized table salt, which really isn't all that great. It doesn't add a whole lot of flavor. It just adds a lot of that sodium and stuff to it. What's best is the kosher sea salt, and it's just it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a secret, but it is something that, you know, people in restaurants you know, use to make their food taste better than you at home. Another one, actually there's 3 things now that I thought of. The other one is fresh cracked black pepper. When you actually buy peppercorns, you put them on a little tray, stick them in the oven, toast them, and then crush them down and grind your own fresh cracked black pepper. That's awesome. I've done that in several of the restaurants I worked at, from Sabo's, the Italian small mom and pop place, as well as the corporate place at Carrabba's. So Carrabba's, they do make their own fresh cracked black pepper, which is great. Also, butter. Number 1 thing. Our government was on this whole kick trying to tell you not to use butter, use margarine. Well, it turns out they were wrong. Margarine is horrible. Butter is so much better. They had all their stats wrong about what it does as far as saturated fats and all that stuff and how it clogs your arteries. Actually, butter is much, much better for you, and it tastes better. So I use an unsalted butter. Some people use salted. That's perfectly fine, but I choose the unsalted because it's obviously less sodium and just as good of a taste. Next question is, will you ever make your own hot sauce? And to that effect, could you help me make a sauce? Yes. I will eventually make. I mean, I've fooled around in the kitchen and made a couple sauces. Nothing that I thought was fantastic or that I should share with everybody. Sorry, I'm getting parched. So I just really, you know, didn't share it, you know, with all of you guys. I do know how to make basic hot sauces and how to kind of tweak them a little bit, but for the most part, I just really haven't had the time to play in the kitchen like I would have liked with all of the other interests that I'm invested in, as far as making these videos and my new job, which takes up a lot of my time. And then just in my downtime, I work 6 days a week, so the little bit of free time I get, I kind of just want to relax and you know, I don't know. I mean, I still cook food and stuff, but I guess I just don't really play around like I used to and experiment, and I should get back into that, you know. But yeah, I can definitely help you with, you know, some basic stuff as far as making sauces, but, you know, of course, a good Google search will give you, these days, you know, the basics that you would ever need to start making some sauces. So, you know, of course, I'd suggest looking there first. Next one is, how did you get started in YouTube? Well, I think I've mentioned this before in the past, but basically I had started watching all kinds of different channels. People like, you know, Ted Barris, and, you know, my main one is Frank Outson. He was Reggae Frank 09, and of course, to all those in the Chile community who knew him, he had passed away on the 4th of July, I believe, or the 3rd of July in the evening. I can't remember exactly which day, but you know, he had a pacemaker since he was a younger guy and a kid, and I guess, you know, he just kind of passed in his sleep, and it was really sad to see him go. And beyond that, there was a lot of other great YouTubers, people like Reckless Eating. They're still, to me, probably my favorite YouTube channel that's out there. And so I kind of saw these people. I was going to college. I was taking classes on communication and you know, what did I take, like a speech class, like how to give speeches and stuff. I mean, I got in front of a couple thousand people twice, you know, and gave speeches. So I guess I felt really comfortable in front of a group of people and decided maybe I should, you know, try doing it in front of a camera. And I found it's just as easy, if not easier, because there's not all these people, you know, looking at you while you're trying to make your video. It's a lot harder when you go out in the public and do it. Then, yeah, everybody's looking at who's this guy making a video. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of like what led me into making videos. And I tried it once. I was like, hey, this isn't so bad. And it became a really fun hobby to me. And I got to meet, you know, so many cool people along the way. Next one would be top 5 favorite / worst beers. Okay. Let's see. Top 5 favorite. Oh, this is crazy. I don't even know how to answer this one. I'm just going to rattle off a few. I'm going to say, like, some of my go-to beers would be, like, Sam Adams Rebel IPA. I just recently had their Rebel Rouser, the double IPA, which was absolutely amazing. I've got a video coming for that soon. We've got the, Highlight, Cigar City Highlight is one of my absolute all-time favorite beers. It's incredibly delicious, bitter. You know, Cigar City just makes all-around awesome beers. Next one will be Swamp Head Brewery's Stump Knocker. Actually, my next 3 are going to come from Swamp Head. Well, no, I'm sorry. The next 2 will come from Swamp Head. We've got the Stump Knocker, which is just their all-around beer. It's a pale ale that has really they've been marketing and pushing hard. It's now in Publix's all around my local area here in Florida. And of course their Wetlands just opened, so they've got an even bigger brewery than they had before. Hopefully they'll be expanding and doing even more with that here in the near future. The other favorite of mine from them is their 10-10-10, which is obviously 10% alcohol. It's just an absolutely incredible tasting beer, and man, does it pack quite a buzz. The last one would be from Alligator Brewing Company, and that is their smoked habanero beer. I've had several pepper beers. Most of them are pretty gross. This one is absolutely amazing. Loved it. Such a great flavor and a really nice little bit of a burn that comes through at the end. So it's awesome. Next one, let's see, worst beers. Worst, I'm not a big fan of Mickey's Ice. I don't like Four Loko. I think it's pretty gross. I'm kind of developing a taste for it, but not really. It's pretty bad. There was a cider that I had from Bee Nectar, their chide cider, which was the Dude's Rug. Not good at all. It's a really bad apple cider. What else? Oh man, I'm not a fan of Natty. I really don't like Natural Light. Natty, I mean, I guess Natural Light is great for beer pong because it's just like pretty much water anyway. But like Natty Ice and stuff, it's kind of gross. I don't like that. What else is there? One more. Man, I can't think of a. How about Tequiza? I don't know. There was that beer that came out for a while. I don't think they still make it anymore. Maybe they do. I think it was Budweiser that made it, Anheuser-Busch. But the Tequiza was a disgusting beer that was supposed to be like a tequila kind of flavored beer. It was horrible. I hated it. Ugh. Yeah, so that's that. Next one. Who do you watch on the YouTubes? I watch all kinds of channels. Devonshire Idiot, Kaylee in it, and Simon. I watch Michael Strout from time to time with all my conspiracy theorist stuff. He does a good job with a lot of that stuff. Of course, Reckless Eating is probably one of my all-time favorite channels. Death Toll's Corner, the guy asking this question, you make some awesome hot sauce reviews, so I definitely dig your videos. I like Lost in Place. He's probably one of my favorite like gaming video guy. He does like Gary's Mod trolling and a lot of stuff. He's a lot of fun to watch. Scion Mainframe Gaming. I do Jukin Video. Is that what it's called? I believe. They do like a lot of fails and stuff like that. Also watch Fail Army. I watch Ted Barris. Damn, what the hell? Boogie 2988. Man, I have a really diverse taste. There's so many people. Tex. man, I'm going to leave so many people out. Cutlery Lover, Jeff. I don't really comment on a lot of Jeff's videos, but I do watch them. God, there's so many people, and I'm going to leave a lot out. Sean, Clemmer. There's so many that I could mention. I just really kind of have a diverse group. I follow people from all different you know, genres that I make videos for, like beer videos, hot sauce, gaming, all the kind of things that I'm interested in. What's your favorite food to eat while inebriated? I guess hands down would be Taco Bell. I mean, Mexican. Any kind of Mexican. Tacos. Give me tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chalupas. Oh, man. I could really go for a chalupa. Gordita. You know, any of that stuff. Man, that's where it's at. When I'm really, really good and drunk, you know, lots of sour cream. Got to be loaded with everything. Onions, tomatoes, lettuce, guacamole, sour cream. Man, that's what I'm talking about. That's good inebriated food. Pizza's okay too from time to time, but it's nothing like that big Mexican feast. All right, last question. What's your favorite food in general? Favorite food in general, that's a tough question. I mean, as far as like genre, you know, I guess styles go, I would say Italian cuisine. I cooked it most of my life, and I kind of really grew to love Italian food. Aside from that, barbecuing. Everything that's barbecue. I live in the South. I'm in Florida. I drink sweet tea on a regular basis. I have, you know, barbecue on a regular basis. We have a lot of amazing places, and I'm going to be hopefully doing an interview and, you know, kind of filming a little bit of one of my local barbecue joints here sometime in the near future. But yeah, I mean, man, those are probably my two favorite styles of food. If I was going to pick one dish to eat, one dish would probably be chicken cordon bleu with cheese stuffed tortellini in a vodka sauce. That's my kind of thing. I mean, that's a hell of a dish. You've got chicken stuffed with ham and cheese and covered in a sauce. And the tortellini is just out of this world. Anyway, that's my favorite. I've ran this video on for so long. I really apologize. I know this video is probably one of my longest videos that I put out. And I really appreciate, again, all of the questions you guys sent in. It's so much fun for me to make a video like this. And I was kind of nursing this beer. I kind of wanted to get another one in the middle, but just kind of was on a roll. Anyway, thank you. This is for all of you guys. Cheers. I appreciate all of your support. I love you. Thanks for leaving me comments and feedback. And hopefully we'll have another one of these Q&As sometime here in the near future. So, salud. And on that note, I'm going to end the video and say thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, stay toasty, my friends.